Cool, so we got our baritone. Step one, let's get this thing into the tuning we want. We want to play it in open D. So open D is going to be D, stays the same. F sharp, your G drops down a half step. A, your B becomes an A, a whole step. And your high E becomes a D. D, F sharp, A, D, D major chord, all right? And so this is gonna be a slide blues, but it's slide optional, meaning you can do you can do everything in this lesson without a slide. Okay, so if you don't have a slide, you can still follow along, don't worry. First 4 measures, what we wanna do is we wanna start off with the finger picking pattern, and we're gonna go like this. That's it, right? Now this is a pattern that you can use in a bunch of different types of music. So feel free to experiment with your songwriting and other songs you've covered. The lowest string, D string, and I'm going to refer to these as the standard tuning. Well, that might make it more confusing. We'll refer to it as a new tuning. D string, A string, F sharp string, high D. 1 and 2 and. Lowest string, index finger on the second highest. Drop down a string, index finger drops down a string. Blues scale review. All right, before we take a look at the lick, let me teach you the blues scale so you can come up with your own licks. Low string, O2. F sharp string, 1, 2. A string, O3. And then the high D, O3. O3, 1, 2, O3, O3, 3, O3, O2, 1, 3, O. Our riff is going to sound like this. Do, 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 do. And we're going to hammer on the third, we're going to play the open A string and then hammer on the 3rd fret. And then we're going to play the open high D. And that's 1 E and 1 E and. You could do a triplet, 1 pola, but we're gonna go 1 E and. Landing on this 3rd fret here on the 2nd beat. And you want to give that a little bend. 1 E and 2 and. Now when you give it that little bend, you don't want to bend all the way to the 4th fret. It's just a tiny little blues curl. And that's because our scale has this note here, which is an F note. But the D7 chord, or our open D, has an F sharp. So we're doing a baby bend to imply this note, but not going all the way. So you get back to the 3rd fret here on the A string. 1 E and 2 and 3. Then on the 4th beat, open D. If you wanted to on the 4th beat, you could play both. That's just an idea, okay? So we get nice and slow. 1 E and 2 and 3, 4. Mix it with our finger picking. All right, and then we're going to slide up now to the 4 chord. The 4 chord is simply 5, 5, 5, 5. Now, no slide, no problem. But if you do have a slide, it sounds better if you slide into it. Remember too that it's not like your finger. The finger you play behind the fret. The slide you play directly over the fret. The other thing you want to do is these 2 fingers here, you want them on the strings behind your slide, and that'll help avoid any buzzing or any unwanted sounds. Last thing, when you get up to that chord, give it a little waggle. A waggle is Southern for wiggle. Give it a little waggle. When we slide up there, we're going to do a strum pattern that follows our finger picking pattern, which would be down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. And then for the second measure there, we're actually going to do the finger picking pattern. Same idea, same exact strings. Now, sometimes the finger can be a little low, and you're going to miss this one. So make sure you get that slide way up there. Pushing it up this way also helps you, it helps with keeping the angle straighter. Because if the angle's bent like this, you're going to get some weird sounds. Shoving it further up there helps you keep a straight finger. So you put those two measures together and you get... After you do those two measures on D, you're going to repeat the first two measures, on G. You're going to repeat the first two measures that we did over D. Now you can always modify that lick if you want. Any way you want. Tripola, 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 tripola. And then we get into the turnaround. For the turnaround, we're going to do our strum pattern over the 7th fret and over the 5th fret. Over the 7th fret is our A chord. And over the 5th fret is our G chord. If you have a slide, I would say slide into both of them. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. If you don't, I would say that would sound better. So if you don't have a slide, and you could do, but let's talk about what that is. It's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. Down, up, down, 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 down. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up. I'm sorry. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 4. So after you do either one of those, either one of those, you're going to hit both the open D strings together. 1. That's the first beat of the 11th measure. Then you're going to find the 8th fret of this A string, index finger, or slide. You're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5. 8, 7, 6, and 5. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. After that, you're right here. You're going to strum all the way through. On our way up to the 5 chord again. And that's going to be 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 4, and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Boom. Back into the top. Those 4 measures together, and let's do the... Okay. So we get 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Bam! Back into the top. So let's put that whole 12 bar together, and you'll see the open D tuning, really cool slide baritone blues. So here we go. Whole thing from the top. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. back at the top.